This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Monday, October 23rd, 2006, and this is episode number 169 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm your host, Matt Hochberg of MGMstudios.org. On the show today is Old Man Winter himself, Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
How you doing, sweetie? If you would like to have your own energy nightmare, place a self-addressed stamped envelope under your pillow or check us out on the web at www.energynightmare.game.
Also on the show is someone who loves getting emails asking him when the next live show will be uploaded, Mikey Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mr. Newell.
This weekend, sweetie, this weekend.
And Christina Testa's legal counsel, Len Testa, the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World, is here. Welcome, Len.
My client has no comment. How's it going, Matt?
Sweetie.
Sweetie.
That's not getting old at all, guys.
No, I know.
And our resident vacation home expert is here, Marissa Diorio. Welcome, Marissa.
Hello.
Today we're talking about
She
vacation
didn't say
homes.
sweetie.
Sweetie. How's it going?
Today we're talking about vacation homes, and we brought Marissa on because she is our resident vacation home renter. Marissa, why don't you start off by telling us the benefits of a vacation home?
The benefits are definitely there's a lot more space for you to spread out, and then that's more beneficial when you're there for a longer trip. Also, a lot of the vacation homes come with their own private pool, so it's nice at the end of the day not to have to worry about all the little kids that are playing in the pool. You can just hang out.
You heard that, Len? Skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping. Yeah, was that the subtle subtext beneath the talking there?
I'm just repeating what I hear. Are there any? Did you have any other benefits of a vacation home?
Not really.
Do you need more than that?
Yeah. What are the downsides of renting a vacation home?
You just have to be careful about which home you rent. Make sure you do some research on it before you decide to rent it. You don't want to rent a house and get there and find it's a complete shack, and you definitely don't want to be staying there for a week.
Well, you definitely want to be employing the eBay rules, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're buying something on eBay, you obviously don't just buy something that has no pictures and, just some text. You're looking for, you want to be able to see as much of it as you can before you get there.
Well, that's assuming that the pictures you see are the actual pictures.
Yeah, so I think going with a reputable dealer like All-Star Vacation Homes or somebody.
Well, that's interesting. You've basically got two options. You've got the reputable dealer, if you will, or whatever you want to call those vendors.
Broker, pimp, whatever.
Right. And then you've got, Ma and Pa Testa who happen to sell vacation homes, maybe they're renting their own home or they've invested in one as a means of making money or whatever money-making scheme the Testa household has come up with.
It'd be the meth lab in the basement, but whatever. Okay.
I think we all agree that the leader in terms of vacation home rentals is All-Star Vacation Homes?
Probably, I would think so, yeah.
There's a website, www.vrbo.com, and that's individuals that are renting their vacation homes.
Oh, vacation rental by owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the book.
Yeah. I've rented through them 4 or 5 times now and never had a problem. So,
no meth lab in the basement?
No, never a meth lab in the basement.
You were telling me, Marissa, earlier, some of the downsides, the downside of renting from an All-Star Vacation Home.
With All-Star Vacation Homes, sometimes you're not exactly sure which house you're getting, or it's just their prices seem to be really expensive. You can't really bargain with them and say, hey, maybe I'd like to pay a little bit less and see if you can get something out of it. So with them, their prices are pretty much set. When you go with the vacation rentals by owner, you can kind of talk to the people, see if maybe you can get a better deal or something like that.
Because and that goes back. We didn't mention it specifically, Marissa, but an important aspect is that when you're renting from not a large corporation, or not that really All-Star Vacation Home is a large corporation. When you're renting from the person, you have that ability to be like, well, I'm looking to spend this amount of money. I like it. I'm a little, how do you feel about this much? Or, you can haggle with them a little bit. What are some of the types of homes that you can rent?
Really, you can rent anything. There's a lot of townhouses available with 2 to 3 bedrooms, and then there are also houses that can go anywhere from 2 bedrooms to 8 bedrooms. So really, anything that you're looking for, you can pretty much find.
So that covers the large gamut
Yeah.
of families that might do that. Now, some of the, if you're deciding to rent a home, certainly you've probably decided on a rental home because you are probably more than, what would you say, Len? Probably about more than 4 people, more than 4 people in your party, whatever it may be, your family.
Yeah, I mean, I think 4 or more, and everyone gets their own bedroom generally in a vacation home, and it's roughly the same rate as on a per night basis as like a Disney Deluxe, but you've got a lot more space.
Yeah, I mean, the money thing is an important thing to consider, because if you do have, anywhere 4 up, obviously the more people you have, the more it makes sense, but, the space is a big issue, and Len, you always talk about when people ask you, how big is one of the Disney resorts? Having a vacation home allows you more space.
Yeah, I mean, typically you're looking at, for the value resort, something like 260 square feet, where you're going to have 4 people in it, to maybe in a deluxe you've got somewhere between 380 and 490 square feet. But in a vacation home, typically if they've got 3 or 4 bedrooms, you're looking at anywhere from 1,600 to more than 3,000 square feet.
Well, I've come up with I compiled a little list here of why Len likes vacation homes, even though Len maybe doesn't like vacation homes. I can read Len's
I would
line
definitely
here.
give it a shot.
Okay. Here's Len's reasoning why he likes vacation homes, even though he might not. Len is not a fan of Disney transportation, so staying on site would be a problem. Because obviously when you're staying in a vacation home or anywhere off site, you need to rent a car. And renting a car will allow you greater
rent a car
freedom.
generally anywhere, anytime, anywhere, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's reason 1 that you like it there. Reason 2 is Len doesn't exactly think that Disney's the best value, especially for families. Len doesn't like to shell out a lot of money for these trips. He doesn't feel that he needs to be spending thousands of dollars for a family.
I like value as a good way of putting it. So I'm actually looking at some of the All-Star Vacation homes, and some of them are 4-bedroom homes. I'm looking at them now for mid-November after Thanksgiving to December. It's $160 a night, 4-bedroom home. I mean that's less than the rack rate, I think, at most of the moderates.
And the other reason I have for why Len likes vacation homes is because Len, of course, advocates against going for extra magic hours, whether they're morning or evening, generally. And so that would allow, since that's a primary benefit of staying on site, Len doesn't need that, so Len can stay off site. And
That's because
no
I've got
problem.
good touring blitz. Plus, Len needs his space. I mean, let's face it.
Len needs it.
You know how I roll. I'm bringing down a bunch of stuff.
Marissa, what are some things to look for in a vacation home?
One thing to look for, I think, is definitely if there's a pool or if it has a community pool. Because some of them will advertise that there's a pool, and then when you read it, it says that they have a community pool that's used for the whole subdivision. Another thing is you may want to look at sometimes how the bedrooms are set up. If you have kids that are going to be sharing a bedroom, a lot of the homes come with like a room with 2 twin beds as opposed to a queen bed, so that way it makes it easier for the kids to have their own bed but still share the same room. So you may even be able to get away with a smaller house and pay less money and still have everyone have their own bed.
Now, when prices is a major issue for a lot of people, certainly.
Prices is a major issue, Matt.
Is the major issue. It generally, obviously, if you're staying for more than a week, it almost behooves you to definitely look into it, especially the larger families. Marissa, is vacation homes a viable option for a shorter trip, like say any length of time?
It really just depends. A lot of times, if you're staying for a shorter trip, they do charge you a cleaning fee if you're there for less than 4 days. So if you're there for a shorter trip, depending on how much space you want and how much they're going to charge you, it may be more expensive to actually stay there. You really just have to look at who the person is and see if maybe they'll cut you a deal or compare your prices between where you think you might stay.
Now, Len, the Unofficial Guide has a chapter about vacation homes in the 2007 guide, right?
There's actually like a 10-page subsection within the accommodation section, starting on page 205 and then going through page 216. But it's actually got a map of the 150 vacation home communities around Walt Disney World. It'll show you the how close they are to Walt Disney World. So, for example, some of the sites that we're surfing while we're talking here, I'm picking them out of the map because they're closest to Walt Disney World. And it gives you tips on what to ask about. Like we list 30 questions to ask when you're renting the homes. We also give the best websites, one of which is the Vacation Rental by Owner, but there are others.
What are some others, Len, while we're mentioning it?
VacationRentals411.com, VillaDirect.com. Of course, there's always AllStarVacationHomes.com. I think we named that one the best of the management company sites. So the companies that manage vacation homes for people.
Right.
And Bob, I believe, went out to visit with those guys, the people who run All Star Vacation Homes. Last time he was in Florida. So I'm pretty comfortable in recommending them.
We talked about.
I might try this for MouseFest. Actually, I'm looking at the deals, during MouseFest time, and it's.
They do have a lot.
Do they have a blender so we can make margaritas?
Dole Whip?
Dole Whip margaritas, whatever. Okay, all right.
Well, first of all, I explained to you, Len, why Len likes staying at vacation homes. But if you're staying there,
I think I've talked myself into it.
So,
the other benefit certainly, if you're planning on doing stuff other than Disney World, it doesn't have to be Universal or SeaWorld. You could certainly be going anywhere in the area. And the fact that if you're planning on the longer the trip, certainly the ability to stay at home and have your own pool to yourself, or have just more space to be able to relax. There's a lot to say about after spending a week with your family to be able to have your own room to go to. And just thinking out loud here, wouldn't you say that families with teenagers might benefit? They might not have the numbers, even if you just have a family with 2 teenagers. Certainly, any more than that. Definitely. But the teenagers need their own space, and that would probably be a good option. What do you guys think?
Stop smothering me! Yeah, that might be a good idea.
I think it would work really well if you have a large age range with the children too. If you have preteens and you have older teens, I think it would be good to give them space, because I think it would make for a more sane trip for dear old mom and dear old dad.
Led, where would you see the exception being that if you you want to stay off property, is there a point where staying at a regular old hotel off property is a better option than a vacation home?
Yeah, if you're going on vacation and you're really looking forward to someone else cleaning up the room and the bathroom and everything for you, then probably a regular resort is better for you. Because keep in mind, in a vacation home, I don't think most of them have daily maid service.
No.
You might be able to pay extra for it, but it's probably not going to be economical to do so. So, also in terms of dining, though, you're never far from a Denny's when you're in Florida, right? So
or Waffle House.
Or Waffle House, exactly. So I wouldn't worry about that. But I think mainly it's the fact that you're going to have to keep the place ridded up to some extent. Other than that, but I think the space trade-off is definitely worth it.
What's Len? You were looking at some rates before. I know the rates kind of vary from night to night. If you're staying there for like a week, it'd probably be cheaper per night than if you're staying there for, say, 4 nights or something like that. But
you're looking at. I was looking at anywhere from 4 to 7 bedrooms, all of them with a private pool, for anywhere from $160 to $290 per night, and you can't find those kind of accommodations in Walt Disney World for this.
And I believe for MouseFest, you were saying, Len, for MouseFest, I believe that's their low season, so
it is.
Real good.
I'm seriously considered booking a vacation home.
And some of them have, for some people who want Disney in their vacation homes, we're looking, Marissa's got one right on her computer right now, and it's got a Mickey Mouse-shaped pool. You've got rooms that are themed in Disney, so if you're, some people, it is important to be able to keep that the magic, quote unquote, alive in there, and you can have half-assed attempts at it in your vacation home. Is there anything else, Marissa, that you wanted? Any other tips, general things for our listeners to know about vacation homes?
What about insurance? I mean, like, even if you're in a hotel room and something goes wrong, the hotel's liable. But what about so you're renting someone's home, and can you bring a pet? Like, what if my toy poodle Rosie knocks over the candles, the romantical candles that we've set up around the kitchen while we're making pasta by candlelight?
Right. Is that before you go skinny dipping?
Exactly. And it burns the house down. Do you need special insurance or anything, or is that generally covered like in renter's insurance?
In all honesty, I'm not sure. That would definitely be something to ask whoever you're renting from. A lot of them don't allow pets. So you would also have to talk to them about...
Do they allow burning down the...
No.
Generally not.
Generally not, but that would definitely be something to ask whoever you're renting from if there's any type of insurance you can get or how that works.
But what about things like can you specify like smoking and non-smoking homes?
Most of them are non-smoking, but I'm sure that if there are any with smoking, they usually say it. Most of them usually are non-smoking, and they'll tell you that this is a non-smoking home.
Right.
In their descriptions, when you read them, it'll say this home is non-smoking.
I was looking at some of the amenities, Len. I mean, the bigger homes, when you get up to, more than 2 bedrooms, you've got, like, game rooms and internet rooms.
Yeah, big TVs and pools.
Yeah, I mean...
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna do one for Mouse Fest. We'll all come over.
Yeah, we'll have party at the Testa place.
Party at the Testa house. All right, exactly.
Yeah, right. But you'll hear Dawn, Len,
Turn it down.
you and your friends need to go to sleep soon. You're like, Mom!
Mom. That's kicking me. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to do it.
All right. Well, Len talked himself into it.
Exactly. You guys are so convincing. You're so persuasive.
Well, that's it for us today. If you want to, we mentioned a lot of websites, things like that, and we'll put them in the show notes. And of course, you might want to check out the chapter, or not the chapter, subsection, whatever Len wants to call it, of the Unofficial Guide 2007. That's new this year, right, Len?
Yep, brand new.
So all you guys using your old 2002 editions, shame on you.
Please upgrade.
Support Len.
Give a kid a coat.
Help him pay for his vacation.
Give Len a nickel.
That's it for us today. If you want to read our show notes, send us an email or download older episodes, visit us online at www.wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Silva, Mike Newell, and Marissa Diorio, Matt Hochberg, we'll see you on the next show.